a big wingman. Welcome to the wingman's path, to positivity, to raising your vibration, and to creating a life of your choosing. I thank you so much for joining me today for a special practice, because I am coming to you from one of the few in the world recognized, UNESCO heritage recognized lotus ponds. Now you can't really see any of the lotus blooming, and this is a special lotus pond because the flowers actually bloom at night on this particular one. It's very fascinating. We were here last night and had dinner, and we're just watching them open up. It was just remarkable. But the lotus flower has tremendous meaning in Buddhism, because the flower itself starts in the mud and the muck and as Buddhists look at it, so do humans. That humans are born into a world of suffering, or what they would term the mud and the muck. And the lotus flower grows and rises and comes up above the water to where it blossoms and blooms, and when it does, it is said to have reached enlightenment. And it is a symbol for people to see that they too can reach enlightenment, even though they started from such humble beginnings, right? As a matter of fact, the lotus, actually when you look at one, doesn't even have any mud on it ever, right? It just comes up the flower. When it opens up, it is most beautiful. If you Google a picture of it, or you know what I'm speaking of course you know how beautiful the lotus flower is. Well, in Buddhism, the symbolism is even more beautiful, because as I said, it recognizes, or its meaning is for all humans to recognize that we too can rise above the muck and the mud of life, or what they call suffering, the suffering of life, and find enlightenment. So today I was thinking about the lotus flower, and I started thinking, you know what a great flower to just think about. The lotus flower, to say the lotus flower can do it, so can I, right? The lotus flower can do it, so can I. And as I was saying that today, and I just was thinking about the lotus flower and how it rises and how beautiful it is and what it becomes, and the symbolism of what it means to me and to all Buddhists, that we can reach enlightenment. So join me, and let's just say, if the lotus flower can rise up from the muck and the mud and the suffering of life, well, we can too. We can too. And as you say it, I want you to think about rising up above the samsara, or the mud and the muck of life, and reaching your enlightenment, achieving your goals, creating a life, as I say on the Wingman's Path, and we talk about on the Wingman's Path all the time, creating a life of your choosing. The lotus flower can do it. You can too. The lotus flower can do it. I can too, right? If the lotus flower can do it, can't we all do it? I mean, isn't that why it's the symbolism of life? The lotus flower can do it. It can grow from the muck and the mud and rise above that, and blossom and bloom. Much like we can. Much like we can. I know you can, no matter what you're facing right now, no matter what mud and muck and suffering that you are in. Think of the lotus flower and its journey to blooming and enlightenment. And I know you can also. We all can. And that's why we're on the path, and that's why I am so thankful for you to be on the path with me today and every day. Because as you know, and as we know, the more we practice, especially the more we practice together, I find, and let me know what you think about that, I find it easier for me to just continue to bring positive energy into my life, because of all of you helping me to raise my vibration and to help create a life of my choosing. I hope it's the same for you. I thank you for joining me today from a UNESCO recognized heritage lotus flower pond. I hope you have a wonderful day, one in which you rise above the muck and the mud and the suffering and recognize your enlightenment. Have a great day. Your wingman Michael from the Wingman's Path here in Luang Prabang, signing off.